Welcome back to Season 2 of the Love Letters to Virginia podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa Pasmino. Thanks for listening.
Yo, this is Selmir on the Love Letters to Virginia podcast.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. When did you start your podcast?
September, October of like 2020.
Okay.
What about you?
Oh man, so it started as I was gonna do sketch comedy in February of last year. So from February to April, everything changed. And so now it's pretty much all interviews.
Yeah. What changed and what do you mean by sketch comedy? You talking about like with actors or?
Yeah, I mean, I write sketch comedy, so I still do that on the side. I just decided to keep the two things separate, but it was because I observe a lot of people out here and I see a lot of funny shit. So I end up writing it down and then trying to act it, recreate it later.
Yeah. I mean, like not me, like by yourself or like with like actors and stuff, like with other people.
Usually it's me and other people.
Okay, that's funny because I actually did something like that, like in high school. Like so like probably like 2000 like 9 and 10. I was doing like something like that. I was like writing like skits and just like using my friends as actors. Like they were all like stupid, but it's just funny to look back on that stuff.
It's fun. I mean, sometimes I'll tell stories of memories I have out here, as filler episodes. So, I mean, that's still kind of along the same lines. I'm kind of using it to work on my comedy platform, stand up wise.
Okay, so you're a stand-up comedian too?
Hmm.
That's fire. Um, how long you been doing that?
I think it was December 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I seen some I went to this open mic I did. What was the place called? I forgot what the place called now, but it was in Norfolk, and there was like a bunch of stand-up comics there,
Hmm.
and that was actually I think my first time ever seeing stand-up comedy in real life. Like I never seen like I guess anybody. I never even seen like professionals or amateurs doing it.
Oh
So
man.
it was a cool experience for me to see that. And I actually have this one guy coming on the show. He's one of the comedians. Let me say his name before I forget. Oh yeah, matter of fact, Ant Perez.
Okay, was it the venue on 35th Street?
Matter of fact, yeah, it was. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's where I
You
started.
been there? Really?
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard. I don't know how it is for you, but for me, like creativity, I guess creativity is kind of a weird word, first of all, but it's like for me, it's more of like a feeling that I get, or like, um, or lately it's been like a connection of multiple feelings. So like, because lately I've been kind of learning how to like let my ideas kind of foster more in my mind, like before I even like try to solidify them.
Hmm.
So it's like I might feel a certain type of way today, might think about it for a little bit, might start a little idea, then I'll just like tuck it away and go about my whatever I'm doing. Then I might think about that same thing in like a week or a month from now and add on to it or like stuff like that. So that's kind of letting it grow. But also, I my point was like my original point was like I've already felt like I've overworked myself sometimes, and then because this shit is fun. We do this for it to be fun. So it's like it's not really fun when you exhaust yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I meant. You know what I'm saying? By just being able to like balance.
Okay, no, I totally get that, but I think that's why I've never really strived to keep this in such a tight format. I always make sure it's conversational. I like to make sure I feel comfortable because it helps to make my guests feel comfortable. But that's just because I'm built on one on one.
Do you have like a certain time of the day that you feel more like creative or anything that triggers it for you?
I'll go months at a time where I don't feel creative, but I'll be doing things. It's applying my creativity in completely different ways. Like I like to cook, I like to write, I like doing my podcast, I like music, I like making movies, stuff like that. So it just depends. But with writing, I feel like it always happens late at night into the early morning.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it used to be late at night too, but lately I've been just it's like right when I wake up, I've been feeling inspired. You know how some people might say like stand-up comedians, they might say like a lot of them drink in the beginning and they're like super funny and then they stop drinking and then it's like they're not funny anymore. Like any thoughts on that?
Definitely. So, I mean, I think anything that you like pigeonhole yourself into, you're gonna be giving yourself some issues. But I like to smoke weed, and I feel like if I didn't have weed, I probably would not be able to pull off what I do.
I'm agreeing with you as I'm hitting the joint. What about like when you're creating, do you think about how it's gonna affect others or stuff like that?
The further I delve into it, yeah, and I have a harder and harder time letting go of a project because it just keeps evolving as I'm evolving, and I'm excited for it, but I just want to get to that point where I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to like knuckle down and write this thing. I think I'm there.
Yeah. That's deep. The project evolves. Like that's kind of ties it back into what I was saying earlier. Like ideas evolving. That was, I thought that was really cool about when I don't know if you remember. It was really the first time I ever seen it, but Kanye had dropped The Life of Pablo. I think this was like 20, maybe 15, 16, something like that. But he he went back and changed that album and like updated it and like changed some of the songs, like added songs, took out songs. And it was my first time seeing like an album just like evolve or like a musical project evolve. Like I just thought that was cool.
Okay.
For me, I guess when I guess in as far as like thinking if how my stuff like affects other people, that's kind of still like a new concept to me because like I told you, I've been kind of creating like I made my first song in like 2000 probably 9. It was like, you know what I'm saying, it was bullshit. Like it wasn't anything crazy. I didn't start actually like taking like it super serious till like 2017, but like I told you I was doing like I did that. I did a little skit stuff in high school. So like I've been creating content for a while and it didn't that was just high school shit. And then after high school, there was a moment where I was like making music. Well, I graduated in 2013, so from 2013 to like 20 pretty much 16 cuz I took like a year break. I was just making music and nobody cared like at all, like not even one person. You know what I'm saying? So like that that just kind of created a feeling I had of like I wasn't even thinking about other people. Like I was just making it cuz it's what like made me happy or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's how I wanted to spend my time. And then so it's like only within really the last like 2 years. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I started like making music with other people in 2017. So I got a shout out to the homies Cam, Livy, Brock. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the first time I started really like collaborating with people on like a real level on stuff. So like that kind of changed the game for me. I got addicted to that of feeding off each other's energy and I quickly realized that that was the only way we're gonna make things work. It's like you can't really do it by yourself. And then also like not that you can't do it by yourself, it's um like having people around you just motivate you because we all go through times where we're like not feeling it or we're feeling down or whatever. So hopefully like y'all don't go through those feelings at the same time. So somebody's strong at all times to, you know what I'm saying? Keep everybody going. So
No, you're so right.
yeah,
That makes a lot of sense too. Like subconsciously, I've been thinking that, I guess, because like I said, when I was thinking about it more in a, I want to make this a variety sketch show with some interviews, more like a late night show kind of situation. I was getting
yeah,
frustrated with myself because I didn't have people to bounce my ideas off of in
yeah.
that sense. So now that I'm more consistently working with creative people, I think it's really helped my creativity. So
And it
that's
could be
my crutch.
yeah. No, I was gonna say too, and it could be more than one thing. It doesn't have to be just an interview show or just a sketch show. You know, it could be everything you want it to be. You know what I mean?
I have been definitely delving more into like a little bit of everything, especially now that I want to do more than just one episode a week.
Because is this thing on YouTube or where is this gonna be at?
So since this one I don't have video for, I'm probably just gonna put it on Anchor.
Okay.
But the
And then
ones
that
that I
might,
do video for
yeah.
are on my YouTube.
Okay. So is that gonna put it on like I guess all the podcast platforms like Spotify and all
Yep,
that stuff?
iHeartRadio, all that good stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny you say iHeartRadio too. I was just like maybe a couple hours ago, I was fucking listening to Larry King's rest in peace. Larry King's interview on the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
It was a really good interview. Like I don't know, like I don't know, like I'm weird kind of, so like I'll watch. I can watch. I'm not saying that that's dumb, but I can watch the dumbest thing and like learn something from it. But that was actually it was like a really interesting interview. So like I learned a lot. But um yeah, they were talking about I guess there's like 12, 13 radio stations all ran out of that same building that the Breakfast Club is run out of. So he was asking them like how that works. I guess there's pretty much one owner of all the stations. So I was like, damn, that's like a fucking damn near monopoly on the radio game.
Yeah, because that's how this industry works.
I think everything is might be a fucking monopoly. I think who said it? I think Elon Musk saying that like pretty much all candy. He was like, what was he was like, when is the last time you've seen like a new chocolate bar come out or like a new candy bar? It's like it's
Mhm.
he's like I think it's like three companies that own all candy pretty much in the world or some shit like that.
Yeah, I said this industry, but I really should have said the industries.
Yeah, yeah, like how does the world affect you and your creativity?
Ooh, okay, so I love to travel, and it's mainly like observing people. I get a lot of my ideas from just people watching. What about you?
The same, same. Um, I think of the world too kind of as like something I have to give my energy towards. So like I kind of try to like conserve as much as energy as I can for my creativity. I don't know if you know I make music.
I didn't know that until you mentioned it earlier. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could check my stuff out when you get a chance. But
Oh,
yeah, I have a debut album out right now that came out on my birthday last year.
nice.
That's called
What?
like it's called Play This at Night When the World is Quiet. It's really like just like some it's like an introspective, lo-fi kind of like project. It's not like you're not gonna it's not some shit like for the club or really for the radio or like it's just one of those things that like I think only like certain people are gonna get whatever, and I'm cool with that.
A passion
Um,
project.
yeah, something like that. It's called "Play This at Night When the World is Quiet." So the video I just dropped, that's for a song called "Trauma." That's off of that. And then right now I have like the early release of this new project I'm dropping. Actually, comes out on Thursday, like
Okay.
everywhere. But so I have like I've been selling like a $7 early release for that, and that comes with like an unreleased visual,
Mm.
and that's all dropping everywhere on Thursday. So yeah, I'm hyped for that. And yeah, I got a bunch of stuff coming out this year though. I'm trying to be more consistent with the videos this year, so I may try to drop like a video a month, but we'll see.
How do you recognize somebody from Virginia?
Yeah, that's kind of a tricky question because it's so diverse out here. Like it really is. It really depending on the like friend group you have or who you like hang out with or whatever. You might not even know about um not even know about, but they're just there's all different types of people. So I don't even know what I say to that, bro. Our fucking drivers are ass, bro. Like, dude, I can't I mean, if you're from around here, you know every single day there's like a 6 mile at least back up by like the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel and the other one. And it's like you get in it, you're waiting like 30, 40 minutes in traffic, you get through it and there's no accident, there's nothing. It's just people driving on each other's ass and slowing down. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
been what, like probably like a decade of that shit.
Stopping
People
to
still
look at a
haven't
dead
learned.
seagull.
Not even like but you know what I'm talking about? How people like slow down when they go in the tunnel or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's because they're driving so close to each other. I think
Mm.
I think I'm gonna start a driver school. When we get on, we're gonna like start a free driving course. And if you're a resident of Virginia, you get to attend for free.
That would be a fun sketch. Do you have a hard time coming up with content ideas for your podcast? I find that there is nothing more embarrassing than all of a sudden being stumped in the middle of a conversation where it's like, I know I had more questions for you, but I just can't remember what they are right now. And that's why I'm trying Poddex. Poddex is the best all-in-one podcast idea generation tool. You get everything from episode ideas to interesting conversation starters for interviews, engaging discussions for your live streams, and even social media content ideas. With this tool, you don't have to spend weeks trying to come up with content for an episode or unique questions for your guests. Just shuffle the cards and pick one at random, hit the record button, and get started. Now you can make better content, have more fun while you're at it, and get your viral moment, all with Poddex. Head over to poddex.com and use code C4C.
Hey, this is Latasha Holloway. I plan to be the future mayor of Virginia Beach, but when the time comes, I will need your support. As a veteran of the healthcare field, I understand something about empathy. We must have empathy and compassion in order to improve Virginia Beach.